want to introduce a former retailer, Tim Drake, who's a sprightly 72, and he's written a book about how pensioners can make the most of their retirement. It's called Generation Cherry. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Matthew.
Why Generation Cherry?
Because we were the generation that had cherry on everything. We had jobs, we had houses we could buy, the values went up, we had pensions, everything went our way. Now it's all shrivelling.
When did you give up work?
I haven't. I'm still working and love it.
So how do you know anything about retirement?
Because I know a lot of people who have retired and regret it. My feeling is the job as a concept is shrivelling anyway, and retirement is shrivelling as a concept. So we have to rethink the whole thing. We have 20 or 30 years more of our life healthy and happy, and we can really take advantage of it.
Why do you think men struggle more or seem to struggle more?
I think the reasons you gave are pretty accurate. We are not very good at social circles. However, it's all changing. I think that's the whole point.
Go on.
If you stay in work... My book is about enlightened thrift and the full autonomy. Autonomy is the crucial thing. And one of the autonomies is still earning. Not having a job. You may only be earning half a day a week or 3 days a week or 5 days a week. But it's earning because it keeps you plugged into society. It keeps you plugged into social circles and it keeps you enjoying life. You actually are there, you know what's going on, you know the value of money, and it's important that you do so. Otherwise, once you float off from all that circle of friends and contacts, the whole thing starts shrinking and depression sets in.
Yes, I was going to say. Rebecca, something for you.
Do you think, because there's more women obviously going into the workplace and different types of work and part-time work, do you think that we're going to face more and more struggles down the line because there's more women working?
Well, the women will become more depressed. Or
yeah,
more
well,
depressed,
I don't know. Yeah, but it's not just that, or that, you know... I mean, I've always thought that empty nest syndrome would be the thing that really would affect women more than work. But if they're working more, then obviously this might be a thing as well.
It's a very good question. My feeling is no, because women have many skills, and going forward, I believe they will run the world. Men are stuff.
So do I. Exactly. I'm agreeing.
And there are lots of reasons. One is that they're better at social skills, which is crucial. They have higher educational qualifications, they do better in exams, and they are better at multitasking. So all these things, which are more and more important going forward, will mean they will earn more money, which will be very unpopular with men, and they will retire, or they won't retire, or they'll be happier because they'll keep the whole thing going, they're better at it.
OK, Stephanie?
OK, so we've got somebody who's potentially retired, they're struggling with it, maybe they are depressed, or they're struggling to make sense of their time. What advice would you give to somebody? What can they do? I mean, you can't just say get out to work. What else is there that could make their time feel worthwhile?
Read my book for a start.
That'll be a couple of days.
It won't take that long. No, there's a lot of things you can do, and the four autonomies I preach, and I live them all myself. One is earning, one is learning. You're learning, you're growing, you're not shrivelling, life isn't getting smaller. And giving. Giving is the most fantastic thing you can do. The autonomy from giving is huge. I advise, not while the programme is on, but do go into Google.
Giving money, giving time, giving advice, giving a right hook.
Volunteering, money. Right. There's a whole range of things you can do.
Is volunteering, you said earning, and I'm thinking, well, why earning? If you might have earned all your life, why not charitable sector?
Well,
so it's working.
Working.
Right.
It's not a job, it's working. But earning is important because that keeps you plugged into what money value is.
Right.
And people that really are engaged in work.
Okay.
So otherwise, you're retired, you're looking on from afar, and you're preaching, and you become a kind of reader of one of the day newspapers I almost mentioned. But it's so depressing, it's awful.
Yeah.
And you've got to be engaged and living and going for it.
OK. Alex?
I'm sure I know the answer to this, but presumably you'd agree with me, is going back to work any kind of answer? If you've retired and you hate it.
Yeah, it's not retirement, though.
Yeah, but then if you hate it, should you go back into work?
Now, that's the crucial thing. The bit what I talk about in the book is finding your purpose and take time to do it. It's not a rush. Find out what really turns you on and then do some of that. And try it over different things, find out what really does get you going.